Celtics move on to the finals. They defeat the Heat in Game 7, 100-96. This was a much closer game than it needed to be. I just want to highlight this picture of Jason Tatum. I know that he's in the middle of shooting a shot here, but I like how his eyebrow is up. He's like, I just think that's funny. Anyway, pretty close game from the Celtics that really didn't need it to be. It was about a 13-point game, under 4 minutes left to go in the fourth, and they were trying to burn out a bunch of clock and try and waste clock, and it ended up in pretty bad shots. Marcus Smart shot like 3 threes in the last 3 minutes. While they were trying to waste some clock, and he missed all of them, and Miami almost got back into this game. It was a 2-point game at one point, and there was some other stuff. Jimmy Butler, near the very end, he shot a shot that I'll talk about, but talk about the Boston Celtics real quick. Pretty standard game, really short rotations today, obviously. Tatum, Brown, and Marcus all played relatively decent, 26, 24, 24 each. It was mainly them scoring, obviously. Al Horford, a lot of rebounds, 14 rebounds, only 5 points. But, Robert Williams didn't play a lot today at all. I don't really know why. Derek White had a pretty good game. He hit his first 2 threes. He had one of those crazy floaters that he always hits, and then he got hit in the face by Bam, and he had to get some stitches. So I don't think he played any more than that. Grant Williams, pretty decent game today. A lot of layups that he got off of assists, a couple from Tatum. Tatum overall 26 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Good game from him. He made his threes. He made a one sidestep three, I remember. He had some clutch buckets. He not the most efficient 9 of 21. Not bad. There was a lot of layups that he kind of just missed. I can count off the top of my head like 3 or 4 that were like kind of easy. There was 2 in a row that he missed. It was one of them was like a sort of an alley-oop pass to try not a dunk, but an alley-oop pass to get a layup, and he smoked that one, and then next time around he missed the next layup. So not the most efficient game, but still pretty decent enough. Jaylen Brown today, pretty good as well. He hit his shots, 24, 6, and 6. Jason Tatum, I remember one shot that he got with 2.8 seconds left on the clock. He did like a nice spin around to get Jimmy Butler off of him, and he got a really nice mid-range fadeaway that I liked a lot. But, pretty decent game. A lot defensively from the Boston Celtics. Heavy defense, emphasis on defense the entire game. In the first quarter especially, they were running. They had like 13 fast break points in the first quarter. They had a really good first quarter. I believe it was like 36, 37 to like 18 or no, not that crazy, but they had a pretty decent lead in the first quarter. It was mostly off of really good defense, getting stops and running on transition. They were absolutely smoking the Heat in transition. In the second quarter, they had like 0 transition points because Jimmy Butler came alive. He had like 15 points in the second quarter. Speaking of Jimmy Butler, 35 points, 9 rebounds. Pretty decent game from him. I mean, he was doing almost as much as he could. Bam Adebayo today showed out finally again. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Pretty decent game from him overall. He needed to be more aggressive in this game, and luckily for the Heat, he was, because he was their only other offense, to be honest. He was being a lot more aggressive this game, as he should. There was a couple mid-ranges that he got off the dribble a little bit. Pretty standard Bam Adebayo stuff, some clunky shots, but he did pretty good today. Max Strus, kind of a bad game. I don't know. There was 1 3 that he got that was counted off, but it was like counted off like 5 minutes after the fact, because they said that his foot was on the line, and initially I agreed that his foot was on the line, but looking a bit closer, it almost looks like his shadow, like of his heel, is just barely above the line, and it looks like he's not out of bounds, but they took the 3 off, which, I mean, it's kind of difficult to project if that would have changed the whole outcome of the game, because it was a close game, but just you can't just say for certainty that that would have changed the entire course of the game. But, it's very unfortunate because I think that three should have counted. Kyle Lowry today, not a very good game. He started off 0 of 5. Some dumb plays that he does oftentimes. He was selling a lot of contact today, and he pulled out a bit more in the second half. He had a three. He had this nice, somewhat clutch that started the Heat's run near the end to try and make a comeback, a mid-range shot. Pretty, I, a bad game overall, but it was a rough game for a lot of people on the Heat. Gabe Vincent only got 1 3, and it was a 4-point play off Al Horford, but he didn't play very well. Tyler Hero couldn't really play today. He didn't look that good. Victor Oladipo tried to do a lot offensively on some one-on-one trying to attack the basket. Not the most efficient game from him either. Not the greatest game. Overall, Miami had struggles making their threes. They really didn't assist very much in this game, only 16 assists. I believe at halftime, they only had 3 assists in the first half, which is like a playoff franchise low or something, which is crazy. This is basically the Jimmy Butler show. Once again, in the half court, Miami's offense still looked kind of blah, not the greatest. Bam was a good surprise. Not surprise. He was a necessity today for them to even have this game be close. Kyle wasn't that good. Only had 15 points, and nobody else scored more than 10 points. So, Bam needed to be aggressive today, and he was. I'm not sure what more you can say for the Heat. I guess PJ Tucker not being there for a lot of the game. Max Strus and Kyle both not being very efficient at all. And, it sucks to suck. Near the end of this game, it seemed like Boston wanted to lose the game. They were up by 13, like I said, with 4 minutes left to go. And they literally were trying to burn clock. And Miami went on a run that ended up being a 2-point game. Jimmy Butler got the rebound. He was running up the court. He could have went to attack. The defense wasn't set up. It was just Al Horford in front of him. And he pulled up for a 3. And the 3 missed. Not bad. Not super bad. But it wasn't. I was like, oh my God. Like, that's not. For Jimmy Butler, I get that he's a star. And if he's not going to do it, no one else on the Heat was going to do it. And I appreciate the effort because, it makes sense that why he would do it to try and get the win. It was very much a hero shot. Like, if you make this, then you're the hero. If not, then oh my God. And it just didn't go in today. So, oh my God. Unfortunate to see because you could say that he could have drove past Al Horford because he wasn't super ready. Maybe get a foul, tie the game up. I guess not, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You either make the shot or you don't make the shot, and he didn't make the shot. I wouldn't say it's a bad shot. I'm not sure I would say it's a good shot either. I say that in the moment, if I was him, I understand why he did it. Like, if you make it, boom, you're up 1, and that's huge for them, coming off a run where they were down so big and near the end of the game, and Boston just being silly basically almost gave the game away if he hit that shot. And if he hit that shot and they win the game, then he would be the hero. And it's like, oh my God, Jimmy Butler, best player ever. Oh my God, So I understand why he did it. It's a very risky shot, but it is what it is. Miami went on the 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes to almost pull this game back. Smart was given the shot a whole bunch in the last 3 minutes. It kept going up to him. Here's Butler. Not the greatest shot. I don't know. You could say right here, no one's in the paint. It's just Al Horford here. You can try and get past him. He I guess over here, there's a lot of space over here. He's not the best three-point shooter, obviously, but I guess it was worth a try. And if he made it, it would have been crazy. But I really didn't think he was going to make it when he shot that. This is the Max Strus 3 that was overturned. Initially, I thought that it was a good overturn. Like, I thought he stepped out of bounds. I guess it was a bit weird that it was like a couple minutes. It was almost 5 minutes after the fact. You can say right here, this heel, like, you can kind of see the shadow of his foot. It looks like, if you play it, like right here. Is this on? I don't know, to be honest. Initially, I thought it was, but looking at it again, it really might not have been. So that was a rough call to overturn, lose 3 points. I think it was in the third quarter or something. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't think you can say that this is why they lost, because, you know, it's a butterfly effect. You know, if they still have the 3 points, whatever, for the rest of the game, who knows how it would be different if those 3 points stayed there. But it is kind of unfortunate because it does look like he wasn't on the line. So, okay, tough shot by Tatum right here. The spin around, the fadeaway. That was clean, man. They were up by 10 here with 4 minutes left. And the game got to like 98, 96, right? So, you know, that Miami run was crazy.